peers and in front of others is just an example of all the skills that the students acquire. Also, um, and unfortunately, of course, this is also a somewhat limited availability. Um, Singularity University becomes a potential incubator for some of the startups that form. So last year's startups, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of them actually are still incubated in the Singularity University facilities. So these are two elements. I would like to stress, however, that even if leadership and entrepreneurial skills are one of the criteria for admission um, at the school, uh, we uh, don't want people to come for this as a jumping board. We do want them to very openly, with all their passion, their hearts, participate in the team exercises, in the team forming moments, rather than just follow their own thing, and then potentially close themselves off from the rest of the group.
Okay, thank you.
I think we have now a question from Carlos in the audience. He would like to know what Singularity University is doing to reduce the future shock that many people on the planet may suffer over the next decades as a result of the deployment of very futuristic technologies. Here is Carlos on the screen.
Sure, and thank you very much for that question. It is very important. Um, we don't know if we have all the answers to this. Um, One of the founders of Singularity University is Ray Kurzweil. The futurist famous for his books, for his inventions. His latest book is The Singularity is Near. Now he is finishing a new book about the brain and the mind and how to build one. Is going to be the subtitle of the book. And the other co-founders of Singularity University is Peter Diamandis, who with the X Prize Foundation and the Ansari X Prize that made the whole model very famous all over the planet, uh, has very extensively tried and largely succeeded in innovating the engine of innovation itself through exciting contests that multiply 10, 100, and 1,000-fold the resources that would otherwise be available for attacking very specific, very well-defined problems. So these two individuals and the Singularity University management and advisors are certainly extremely aware of how important it is to make sure that technology is perceived as a positive factor in the solution of humanity's problems. There are many people who um, feel disillusioned and turn to supposed alternatives. The scientific method, um, reason, and application of our knowledge, technology, are the solution for our problems. If there are alternatives, these alternatives haven't proven themselves to be viable. Now, as technology advances, a certain level of shock is possibly unavoidable. However, we have seen um, very recently, even in the past couple of decades or one decade, how quickly people can adapt. Sometimes we underestimate the adaptability of individuals. Uh, the technology that I'm referring to, for example, is that of the mobile phone, of which we have seen the latest examples in the smartphones of these years, which have literally exploded on the scene and which provide an unparalleled ease of use through um, innovative user interfaces that make extremely advanced technologies, extremely advanced knowledge readily accessible to everybody. And this is also the power of exponentials. Another criticism or objection towards the application of leading edge technologies is that apparently this is an elitist approach because there will be always people who, for example, cannot afford the latest cures. Or there will be always methods of transportations like the exciting opportunities for the ultra-rich to be space tourists that are not democratic enough. People evidently think that if not everybody can go to space, then nobody should go to space. Well, we don't believe that would be the right approach. One of the reasons is because through application and through the experimentation that voluntarily and with enormous risk taking some individuals are ready to undertake, the same technologies that have been extremely expensive a few years before become less expensive, then affordable, and finally dirt cheap. And this is going to be the case in the future too. And we believe that humans will be able and adapt quite well.
Thank you very much, David. Let's see if anyone wants to ask one last question. Yes, Carlos here says thank you very much for this explanation.
Okay. I saw a gentleman with a tie. Um, his nickname is Whopperseb,
That's Carlos.
typing something. All right, so he was just thanking me. Well, thank you, Carlos, for the question. Um, well, Eugene, I think that you are asking a variation of a question that Giulio asked before. The question is written, and I want to repeat it on via reading it out loud, is from Eugene Lytle. What's the concrete plan with the European Singularity University branch? And the answer is, as of today, there is no concrete plan. As of today, we are not ready to announce a plan. There are just too many variables that are still to be considered. In the future, this might change, but the um, probably this change won't come before the graduate studies program is over. So it's not that during the summer we will announce something in Europe. So there is a follow-up question from Ralph Lippold, who says that in Italy there is already a branch. That is not correct. What you are referring to, at least today as we speak, Ralph, is a student group. The students accepted at the Graduate Studies Program 2010 from Italy formed a group, and they are um, popularizing Singularity University as volunteers, and they are offering their knowledge, which they are potentially acquiring during the summer, to other people, to corporations, enterprises, organizations, universities in Italy after they come back. So the website that you saw is referring to this independent initiative that the Italian students have undertaken. Giulio, I didn't catch a couple of lines that went by. If you could kindly read them out to me if there were any questions that I should answer.